those people.
Wow.
New Jersey, nice to see 1/30 seconds of you in this room. It's pretty great.
1/32.
Yes.
This feels like a convention. This is a large room.
By a round of excited screams, whose first time is it at a Supernatural convention?
All right.
No, I feel like some of you didn't raise your hand, but made noise. First time convention, make noise now.
Yeah.
Wait, repeat offenders, make noise now. Some of the new people made noise right there.
Yeah. So first timers, look around. This is what you have to look forward to. Welcome. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Gil, and
It's been a long time.
it's been 3 weeks,
A few weeks.
2.5 weeks, something like that.
I like this. What is this? Is this new?
Yeah, it's
Is that 3 separate black chains?
also known as midlife crisis.
What else do you use those for?
I hang my spectacles from them so I can read my phone.
Spectacles?
That's right. I'm blind, folks.
Speculum.
I can't see any of you. I think this room is full right now, so I'll just be playing to the people in the back corner there. If you guys have questions, I need you to get up and ask them so I have something to talk around and try to entertain you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to do our best to entertain you guys today. Matt and I have done this a couple times together. You never know what's going to happen. You're going to fly up today.
Oh, look, guys, I brought a button fly this week.
You got a button fly.
I got a button fly. Which? Who invented that? The same asshole who invented white underwear, probably.
Yeah, button fly, huh?
It doesn't. Who gets to the bathroom and goes like, I gotta pee so bad. I gotta pee so
I
bad.
need to undo 4 buttons.
4, 5 if you're
Maybe
lucky.
5.
I got 5 on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5th one just covers my belly button, so it's not good. But seriously, a button fly. I get the risk of, the zipping accident, but also for the speed of life, you need a zipper.
Yeah. I just pull my pants straight down all the way to my ankles like my son.
I know you do. I believe that 100%. When I go in the toilet and I see Gil standing there, pants on the floor, it's not weird. It's just Gil. And I appreciate the look at his ass that I get every now and again.
Last year, I was at the airport, and our flight was delayed. I was somehow finagled my way into the lounge because we had a long delay. And I go into the bathroom, and there's a man standing at the urinal, and I look over. I'm at the sink, and I look over, and I'm like, it's Matt Cohen. And I was expecting to see him that day at some point.
He knew as soon as he looked over.
I look over and I was like, that's it. I recognize that ass anywhere. And he turns around and it was not Matt. It was another guy that looked nothing like him in the face, but from behind, it was Matt.
Well, good for him,
Yeah, and then he started following me around the lounge. He's like, where are you going? Where are you flying to today?
Listen, you were interested in his ass.
I did tell him I recognize that ass anywhere.
Yeah, and he probably felt lucky because his squats are paying off.
Yeah, clearly yours are.
Yeah. Oh. This is up in the back. Didn't go well.
Do you get back pain? I mean,
I got a lot of back pain.
We're not old, but we're not that young.
Yeah, I'm old.
Do you make sounds when you sit down?
My wife says that I make dad sounds when I do everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like, just like an exasperated, like, exhaustion.
The first breath of fresh air I take in the morning is, okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's the feeling.
Okay. Like, the dog does need food and the kid does need breakfast.
You gotta feed the kid.
There's a lot of grunting and groaning.
Matt's got a young one. I've got 2 young ones.
Mine's not young, he's 10. This is a different thing than young.
10 is different. But 10's young. My daughter's almost 9. My son just turned 5.
When do you start showing the PG-13 movies to your kid?
It's a great question, Matt. My son, my 5-year-old, he's gotten away with seeing more than he probably would have if he didn't have an older sister. I've let them watch PG-13 movies that are like And it's probably not good for a 5-year-old brain, but like Ghostbusters, my son is obsessed with all things Ghostbusters.
Does he sleep by himself?
Does he sleep by himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I showed my kid Ghostbusters, and now he's 10, and guess where he fucking sleeps?
Right next to you.
Yeah. And then I tried to show him Venom.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there you go.
And then I tried to show him the opening, just the opening credits of Deadpool Wolverine, where Deadpool kills like 85 people with the bones of Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, Dad, I'm sick now. And he got nauseous from all the death. And then I realized, oh my God, the first superhero action movie that I'm trying to show him is a kill scene where Deadpool slaughters 150 dudes with the ribs of Wolverine. And I was like, I just failed as a parent.
Yeah, great dad.
Right in that
Great
moment.
dad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my kids get away with watching some things that they probably technically shouldn't. There's an app called Common Sense Media. It's a site. Have you ever heard of this?
No, but it sounds like
you could go in and plug in any show, any movie, and it'll tell you, it'll rate like what age it's really for and what to look out for.
But that's kind of like knowing what's inside a surprise gift. I don't,
Well, I just want to know how many F-bombs my kids are going to hear.
It's the boobies. It's not the F-bombs, it's the boobies.
I don't think
we don't want to hypersexualize.
I don't think I'm letting my kids watch things with nudity.
No, I paused it. And then fast forward. So the first part's for dad, fast forward, I get to the next part. I am confused by this because people have been giving me shit because I'm showing my kid these movies. And I won't show him anything sexual whatsoever, and I won't show him anything violent. But I have no rules for the words.
Wait, did you just say you won't show him anything violent?
After that one time.
After that one time.
Since
You learned your
then,
lesson.
my therapist told me not to do it anymore, so I'm working on waiving that. But, I don't understand the emphasis on curse. I don't curse in my house. Zero cursing in my house. When I get out of the house, I'm like,
You're able to lock it down.
I lock it down, so he doesn't hear it. So I tell him, I'm like, this is just a word that at some point somebody said,
right.
If you say that, no. I'm like, it's just like, they could have picked balloon or basket, and that could have been the F-bomb. But it's not.
Well, my wife's been out of the country, and I've been home with the kids for over a week now. I just left them there by themselves. I figured they'd be good for a couple days.
Check on the pet cam.
That's my mom.
She call it? Answer.
Ignore.
Let me answer.
Just kidding.
Let me answer it. Tell you. Hello? Yeah, this is Gil.
I'm on stage right now.
I'm on stage, Mama.
In New Jersey.
This is.
No, I'm literally on stage. It's all good. Everybody say hello. All right. Yep, I'll call you later. All right.
And let me tell you why that's beautiful. Because there's nothing in this fucking world more important than your mother. 100%.
Moms are important.
All the importance, bro.
It's very true. What was I saying? My wife's. Oh, I've been home with the kids. And
Speaking of moms,
I imagine we have some parents here. It's a lot being home with a 8.5-year-old and a 5-year-old. My mother-in-law flew in, thank God, a couple days ago to help me out, and she is home with the kids. Where was I going with that story? Oh, yesterday morning, I'm getting the kids ready, and my daughter tells me that my 5-year-old son dropped the F-bomb and threw up a double bird. Boom! Right in front of his grandmother. Oh, shit! And I'm like, what? Oh, that's so silly. There's no way that happened.
did you ask if it was filmed? Because man, this shit would go viral.
I'm pretty good about not cursing in front of my children.
Yeah.
My wife, not so much.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm all the time like, language! Come on!
So
She can't help herself.
good for mom
Yeah.
teaching them what they need to know.
Yeah. She can't help herself.
But now
Listen, and when my kids do let a bad word slip, as long as if it's in the right like context and the right like placement, I'm like, all right, well you used it properly. Just don't say it anymore, please.
My kid started using the word hell recently a lot.
Hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows it's like not a bad word. It's like
Right. It's like it's like gray area.
But everything is something as hell.
Does he say go to hell, Dad?
No. I won't finish the sentence of what I do to him if he said that to me, because people are recording. But he likes to say like, "Oh man, this cartoon is funny as hell," and like, "This spaghetti is hell."
It's spaghetti as hell.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it is kind of cute, but he's testing me and also going, I can control this shit. I'm gonna test it all the way to testing.
I am a little concerned that they're gonna drop something at school, you know, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but that's because they learned it from their asshole friends.
That's true.
Not you.
That's true.
Do you know the biggest influence on children today are other people's parents? Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because they spend all fucking day with the other kids at school that were raised by the other people.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever were the strongest parents that had the biggest influence on that kid's gonna have a big influence on your kid. Maybe it's your kid that has the influence.
Right.
And your kid's telling everybody, go to hell.
Oh yeah, they pick up a lot. Are there any like children here? How old are you?
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
13. Her dad.
I just want to be careful. There was a little girl at school that sat down next to my daughter at lunch the other day and basically told her that nothing is real. Like all the fun things, the Santa, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, she went through all of it. And my daughter came home and told me this, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, and she like was ready to burn it to the ground. I was like, babe, you need to pump the brakes. Like she wanted to get like put their parents on blast.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, did you call the parents? Did you say, I need to sit down with your kid and have a conversation because they just ruined magic for my baby ball of magic?
And my daughter said, well, you know, this friend's parents told her this. And I said, you know what I said? I said, well, that friend's parents are idiots.
Yeah.
That's like the best I can do.
And you weren't wrong.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong, parents. Santa Claus is fucking real. I'll tell you why Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus is real because St. Nicholas existed and gave presents somehow, some way, and we keep that spirit alive with our inner Santa, and he comes out and we buy shit that we can't afford, and we wrap it up, and then there's a whole holiday month about a fat dude in a hat and a suit, and he's jolly and he loves cookies. Why would we shut that down? For what reason does it benefit your life to go, Santa Claus is real, I'm fucking paying bills and shit, this is cool? No! Believe in Santa Claus. Magic is real. David Blaine does real magic. Obviously, magic is real, so if there's David Blaine, why isn't there Santa Claus? He's just so real, he's tricked y'all dumbasses. Thinking Santa's not real because, all these grown-up kids just think they're smart now and they can make decisions. They don't have to spend the money and put the thing under the pillow and the basket on the egg and the...
How much coffee did you have this morning?
It's kicking in now. I chuck it backstage when it just...
Ooh. I love it, man. He gets fired up and just starts... You just gotta stand back and behold. Are you guys entertained? Are you not entertained?
There's questions that these people are super mad.
Lovely people over here standing, waiting patiently.
For a long time.
We got 3 here, we got 2 here. Let's go here first.
Okay, so Matt, after your infamous streaking video, first of all, was that your neighborhood?
No! I
okay.
only take my clothes off in the great neighborhood of Silver Lake, where all the hipsters dress up in their tight pants and their cool clothes. That's where I bear it all to show them this is the suit you've been looking for.
What are we talking about? You did a streaking video?
One time I went streaking a few years ago.
How long ago? Like a few years ago or like a few years ago?
Okay, 9 years ago, because I brought my son, who was as small as a fetus, to Richard's house, put him on the couch, took off all my clothes, and then ran around the neighborhood. But we raised $200,000 to do it, so I thought I'll put my junk on the line, hang it out.
Right. Were you wearing anything?
No, and there's close-ups. 9 years ago, you should look for it.
Which you should look for. Have you guys seen this?
Oh yeah.
This is exactly
Who here has seen it?
what would inspire you.
Somebody's like, I'm watching it right now.
What would inspire you
To
to
run
believe magic and Santa is real more than a grown man running through a neighborhood buck naked in the middle of the day? You would go, did I just see what I just saw? Santa must be real. Like, you would just believe.
I bet it felt good. It felt
I
free.
did it for the kids, man.
You did it for the kids. Be careful. Be real careful what you're doing there.
I did it for the wives, I mean. Not the kids. Is this a question?
Well, I had no idea that this existed, and I love it.
You have a date with YouTube later.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have some downtime. Or will it be up? Am I right?
So my question was, that one gentleman was so angry at you.
Yeah, 'cause he was driving a Prius. He wasn't angry at me. He was angry at his car choice.
So I was
Wait.
wondering, did you ever have to see any of those people again after that?
Did I ever have to see them again? Yeah, at the court hearing. But they tried to get me for indecent exposure.
No, they didn't.
And I went right in front of the judge. You know what I said to the judge? 0 things. I went,
There's
what's indecent about this? So fun.
Did someone really try to press charges?
No.
Okay.
But it made the
They
story.
should. They
So
should.
no, I never saw the angry man in the Prius again. I was pissed off. He took that lease on at Toyota. It's
I
not
watch a lot of sports. Any sports fans here? All right, handful. Anytime somebody goes streaking across like a baseball field or a football field, I think it's the greatest thing ever.
It's the greatest thing
It's
ever.
the greatest. I'm like inspired by them in a way. Like they're just it's the stupidity.
Yes.
But also that moment before they get absolutely decimated by security is like the greatest they've ever felt in their entire life.
And they're amping that shit up.
They're butt naked in front of thousands of people on the field of their favorite sports team on TV, and then all of a sudden their life is ended.
In fact, do you know that the Association of Referees have just put into like for all the refs to have like it's like shoulder pads like football players wear, but way smaller. So when somebody streaks, they can take them out full bore and knock them the fuck out.
Right, and it's one of those things. Like I think it's a written rule that like if you're gonna do that, it's like fair play. Like they can do whatever they want to do,
Yeah.
and then the crowd cheers.
I want to see the naked guy break down. Again, he's like, ah, woo! And he gets to the point, and the guy's like 20 yards about to get him, and he's like, go! And he just chests up, butt naked,
Yeah.
penis on his belly, just boom, and just
Right.
tackles the referee. Imagine the crowd. Imagine the
Oh,
crowd.
you'd be a hero.
Just lays him out, and then Ray Lewis's is like, ah! Yeah. You know?
Yeah, man.
Real.
That guy never buys another drink in whatever town he's in. Legend. All right. That went pretty well. Hi.
Hi guys. Nice simple question. Do you have any odd pet peeves?
Odd pet peeves?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes. One little one. I was talking about somebody yesterday. Actually, this morning, Mark Shepard brought it up. Like when people don't use their turn signals. You know, you're waiting to pull out, you're waiting, and then they just turn. You're like, just a little courtesy. Let me know so I can like be on my way. That's a little one.
But you want to bump into them when they do that shit? Just a little like, boop.
Oh.
Here, here's the shit. This one. Up, down, left, this way, right, to that way. Hi.
I have some. I mean, a lot of people annoy me. So, what about you, Matt?
Pet peeves.
No.
I don't have pet peeves. My wife has a pet peeve of loud chewing. My kid has a pet peeve of my dog licking his paws. Like, can't take it. One lick. And my kid's like, 0! 0, enough! I'm like, he's a dog. He went outside, he went to lick his paw. And then my wife, for the first like 10 years of our marriage, because I was raised by a single man mechanic, we never paid a lot of attention to the way we carried ourselves at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It was like, fucking eat! We're done. And so I was like one of these. Anybody else hate loud chewers in here? Nobody? Great. I'm that fucking guy.
You hate him.
So now I do this to piss my wife off. I'll get the crunchiest, loudest thing I could find in the kitchen, and I'll eat it hard. Like, but with my mouth closed.
Yeah.
But she can still hear it. Like pita chips. You know, pita chips crunch like a mofo. Pita chips?
Beef jerky on an airplane.
Oh, God.
Big fan of beef jerky. It's just not on an airplane.
I made the mistake.
It just smells like farts.
The first convention we went to this year was
Just stinks.
was in Italy, and I decided I was in such great shape. I wanted to stick my diet. I'm not eating the airplane food. So I brought 8 hard-boiled eggs.
I was going to say eggs and tuna also.
And I was in business
Not a great
class.
choice for an airplane.
I flew in business class. I want to open the eggs. You
Oh.
can see the collective. Look at that piece of shit over there.
Like, throw that motherfucker off the plane.
Everybody wanted to say something to me, but they didn't know what to say because it was like, I'm just trying to eat my eggs. And they were all like, just disgusted with me. And I don't blame them. It smelled like shit in the plane. It did.
Oh, I just thought of one. This is one of my biggest. Shopping carts. People that don't put the shopping cart back in the shopping cart area when they're done. Golly, the people that just put it in a parking spot for crying out loud.
Let me tell you what I do.
I will call people out in the parking lot if I see this.
You'll like me so much more when I tell you what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I once on a podcast like 3 years ago heard a comedian bitching about people thinking that there's somebody else to do every fucking job. That's why we're so lazy. That's why when you walk down the street and you see a piece of garbage, you're like, yeah, somebody will get that, instead of just picking it up and grabbing it. So, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
I was on an angle, that took me off the thing.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeves.
Something. You said I was gonna like you more, and now I'm liking you less.
What did you like the most?
What did I
When
like?
people do what, you like it when people do what? Why was I gonna say you like me more?
Shopping.
Thanks.
I like it when people put them back where they go.
He's not even listening to anything I say.
Just common courtesy.
So I get to the thing, the podcast guy goes, people think they don't have to do these jobs. You know why people leave their carts in the parking lot? Because they think somebody else's job is to put it back. You think you're too good to take your fucking cart, take your stuff out,
Yeah.
and push it back to the front of the store. I do
Yeah.
this at Lowe's.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself every day. I'm like, look at me. Everybody seeing this?
Oh yeah. No, I'll
I'm
be
going
like.
taking it to the front. I'm a part of
Yeah.
it.
You know, I'll start stacking them
Yeah.
where people think I do work
And
there.
I make eye contact with people as I'm doing it. I'm like, see this shit?
Now I got this for you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And but here's the thing, you don't always have to walk all the way back to the store. They have little remote sites in the parking lot.
Yeah, but when you're trying to
And
make
if
a
you're
point,
really smart, you park near one of those things. Then you just.
but when you're
it's
trying to
not that
make
big
a point, you're trying to make a point, you gotta take it to the front of the shop.
Yeah.
Park it up
You
there.
let everyone see.
Everyone's, even the manager.
Yeah.
See me? Is your cart doing somebody else's job? You're welcome. This is a way to falsely believe that you're a good person, and that's what I'm reaching for. You have a question?
Yes, I actually do. Hello, Matt.
Hi.
Hello.
Did you just say hi to Matt?
Yes.
Yes.
Continue.
I love you too. I'm joking.
Hey,
You know
it's
what my
all right.
pet peeve is?
I love it.
My pet peeve is when people love me and then you want to steal their love.
So
That's
my
a good
name
point.
is Brianna. This is my second con, and since we're on the topic of holidays, I was wondering if you were able to celebrate like a kid would, like a little kid, because when it's grown-ups doing it, they're like, you're weird. But if a little kid is doing it, they're like, oh, that's so adorable. If you were able to do it like little kids, would you actually?
Like able to do anything a little kid can do?
No.
No.
If you could celebrate a holiday like a child,
Right.
as I do every holiday for 42 years.
Yeah. Oh, I've been to your house around Christmas time. It is magical.
We got
It's like Macy's.
a 13-foot Christmas tree that my wife made me buy last year and order online.
Yeah.
It's as big as my house. Like it's
Yeah.
like 6 pieces. I gotta stack it up, and I wake up on Christmas morning and I go out of my room and I go, Santa!
Yeah.
I open the presents and I celebrate like a little kid. I do it. On Easter, I eat so many chocolate eggs. I do all the holidays. I celebrate Cinco de Mayo with 45 Coronas. I get all in on the holidays, people. You should too.
I do. I do.
You shouldn't be so anti-holiday. You
Now you're just making shit up.
I'm not.
Now they're gonna think I'm anti-holiday.
You got
I love all
big
this.
conflict with these kids about Santa. It's like you're trying to X out everything.
I love Christmas.
And that's my pet peeve. Anti-holidays.
People that are anti-holiday. I love Christmas. One of the cool things, parents will agree with this, I hope, but one of the cool things about having kids is getting to kind of relive those moments. You know, that's why I was so viscerally upset when this child tried to ruin all of that for my daughter, because it's fun. Like, and my daughter's still like, she's 8.5. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to do this, but like, I mean, we set up, she wanted to catch Santa one year, so we set up the camera and we got Santa's boot, like stepping into frame.
What
by the
size
Christmas
is it?
tree.
What size boot?
It's big. Big boot. And then like the Easter Bunny, like we'll do tracks, you know, outside. We'll make it look like, you know, we put the carrots out and then the carrots are gone, or there's little remnants of them, or the reindeer, there's remnants and stuff on them. Like, we go all out.
And you always get so pissed at your wife for doing it. It's just ridiculous.
It's pissing away for what?
For doing all this stuff to make your kid have a good time. It's like she does all this work and you're mad at her all the time for it.
Wait, what? I do it too. I participate.
Oh wow, I really called you in a lie right now. I can tell by the way you said I do it too. That it is just your wife.
When my voice goes up.
Do you buy the carrots at the grocery store so she can put them out? Is that how you help?
Yeah, probably. I might eat one.
I chew the carrots up and then spit some out like the bunny got scared. It was like,
yeah. But my daughter, like, she'll like set up elaborate traps to try to catch this Easter bunny, you know. She hasn't got her yet. I don't know, Easter bunny, male or female?
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter.
Easter bunny.
I don't know if we answered your question. I think we were in that area.
Of course we did.
Actually, you guys were close. Matt was more closer than you were, Gil. What I was trying to say, no.
Taking up on a theme here.
No, Matt, calm down. Gil, what I was trying to say is that you say you were very mad that this little snot buster messed up your kid's dream.
Did you say snot monster?
Yes, I did indeed say that.
And she said you're the
Because-
snot master.
No, what I would mean to say is that, you know, if you're able to still have that like child joy, you know, like I have an elf on the shelf for my little brother, and we have 2 of them, and we even got one for my little dog baby. Since I'm able to put them around the house, it's still fun because now I'm actually part of the magic. They think once you grow up and you're told that it's not real, that just means you get to be part of the magic. You get to be the one in the costume. You get to be the one helping around.
Do you
making the magic bigger?
I love that.
Do you
I love that.
help your wife at all create any of the magic?
I do. Especially in the bedroom.
Oh,
sorry.
There's no holiday magic happening in there.
Yeah.
No questions.
Speaking of Elf on the Shelf, we didn't want to get an Elf on the Shelf, literally, because we're like, it's just something else we have to do. But then we got one, and it's so fun.
Yeah,
like, we
it
love
comes with a deer now. There's 2.
What?
There's 2. I'm gonna tell your daughter just to piss you off.
We got.
What's the deer called? Do we know? There's the deer that goes with the elf.
My daughter she got her Elf on the Shelf first. That's Jingles.
Jingles?
Jingles.
How many elves on the shelves do you think are named?
And then my son, it's totally original. My son got one and he named him Chippy.
Chippy.
This is just the cutest thing ever. Hi.
Hi. Okay, this is a little two-parter for you, Gil. So I'm sorry. So Henry Winchester had two women basically in his life, but we know nothing about his wife.
Wait, sorry, what was that first part? He had two what playing his wife? What?
Henry Winchester
Yeah.
had two women.
Yeah.
He had his wife
Right.
and his pal Joseph.
Joseph, right, of course.
So who was his wife?
Who's the wife?
Yeah.
Millie.
Do we know anything about her?
Not much that I'm aware of. That's a great question. She's mentioned, I believe, a couple times in the episodes that I was in. I was only in 2, but I believe her name is brought up. If you've watched The Winchesters, she's in The Winchesters, which is the spin-off of Supernatural. Yeah, so Millie is a character in The Winchesters. But yeah, we don't really find out a whole lot about her. Except probably in The Winchesters, you get to learn a bit more about her. But yeah, it's a great question, Millie. I always thought it would be a great storyline, and had Henry got to be on the show more, I think it would have been really fun to explore that relationship and learn more about it. But
So the part
I didn't do anything!
yes,
The part B of that is when you killed Abaddon,
yeah.
how did you feel? Because it was Josie possessed.
Right.
So
Right.
it was, I mean, you had to feel
It wasn't. It's a great question. These are gosh, it's been so long since I worked on
Just make it up, man.
Supernatural. No, I mean, I like to think, like, I definitely felt like Henry and Josie had this, they had a little something going on there. A little connection. I don't know if they ever, I don't think Henry ever, like, crossed that line. He's a married man, he's very old school. But there was definitely a connection there. And so, I think it was difficult for Henry to see his friend turn like that, And frankly, to have his friend kill him. Matt, are you okay?
All this talk of killings bring me down.
Matt just wants to talk about John Winchester.
You want me to tell you about John? I will. Here's the thing.
Oh, okay. John, it's not an open-ended.
John knows all
Thank
about
you.
Grandma Billy.
What?
Grandma Billy.
Grandma Billy?
Yeah, your wife. Millie.
Millie. Did you say
Duh.
Billy? Obviously, did you say Billy? No.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So, as much as you said today about the movies, do you have any comfort movies or shows?
What? What happened?
Anything upcoming? Is that what you're saying? Sorry. The sound in here is very cavernous. so-
Comfort movies.
Comfort movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut. And you guys are like, what a weirdo. Isn't that weird? That's the first movie that popped into my mind.
Comfort movies that you can watch repetitive.
Right. So
Besides that,
I tell people Eyes Wide Shut is one of my favorite movies, and it's weirdly comforting. And here's why. It's a beautiful film. Has anyone seen Eyes Wide Shut? Okay. It's a beautifully shot film. Almost every scene has colored Christmas lights in it.
Like a Hallmark movie.
And it's, if a Hallmark movie had a big power orgy.
You're saying Eyes Wide Shut
Eyes
was
Wide Shut.
trying to pull all their creative content and material from Hallmark movies.
Yeah, that's definitely what Stanley Kubrick was doing
Definitely.
when he made it. Anyway, I do actually find that movie comforting in a weird way because it's very, it's moody, the lighting, it's a great film. Comfort. Legends of the Fall. Freaking love that movie. I say comforting.
Well,
it is, but then it's like super depressing. It's such a depressing movie.
How about Harry and the Hendersons? You never seen it?
Of course, but like
That doesn't come for you?
ages ago. I couldn't tell you.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Love it.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Great movie.
These are comfort movies. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live action one, the first one. So good. Will the Foot Clan? No?
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. The Jerk.
Great movie. The Jerk.
You ever seen The Jerk with Steve Martin?
The,
The Jerk.
the Jerk. Steve
What
Martin.
about, what's the one with Steve Martin where he's like a convict, but he's like out?
My Blue Heaven.
Black Blue Heaven is another great comfort Steve Martin movie. Where he's like, yeah, no, he's like a mobster, he's like in a suit, he's got like this fucking hair.
I love Steve Martin.
It's funny.
Oh gosh.
What's your favorite? Wait, who asked that question? Comfort movie?
It's a typical one, but Harry Potter.
Say what?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
But you're younger than us. Have you ever seen Fight Club?
Sure.
You have? No.
Not comforting.
Free Willy. Free Willy.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Comforting, but also depressing.
But super comforting because Tom Hanks makes you comfortable, I feel like.
Oh, Tom Hanks he is an actor that is comforting.
Jenny, he's the guy.
Big.
Big.
Has your son watched Big yet?
Several times.
Okay.
My son is a huge Jim Carrey, Jack Black, Tom Hanks fan. Huge. Sees
I was gonna
every title. I recently
Jim
started.
Carrey and Jack Black are not in Big.
I showed. I tried to show him some Vince Vaughn stuff. He's not quite at Vince Vaughn.
He's not quite ready for Vince
level of
Vaughn.
like dry. But I watched this movie Nanas the other day on Netflix. Anybody seen Nanas? This true story is so sweet about like this dude trying to open his restaurant in where were we, Staten Island or Brooklyn, I forget. And whatever. It's just a sweet story. You should watch it. And really comforting and sad as hell, but really comforting.
What about Fletch? You like Fletch?
Love Fletch. What about any movie with a dog? A dog's
Any
movie
movie with a dog.
You're
Well,
gonna cry. You're gonna
unless
cry.
the dog dies, which they usually do.
I've never seen a dog movie that didn't make me cry. Not one single time, ever. Homeward Bound kills me. Racing in the Rain, A Dog's Way Home. All these producers are like, we know it'll tear jerk these bastards till they can't wipe the snot coming out of their nose anymore. Dogs, dead dogs. That's what they do. People that have no emotions, you'll cry over a dead dog. It's very sad. Is there a question left, or are we still?
No, we've just kind of been just throwing movies out. I think, if something else comes to mind, you can always.
I'm a big Step
stage
Brothers.
is yours.
I like Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Boondock Saints. There's a cult classic nobody knows about.
The
Boondock
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Awesome. And did you see the new one that they did? Amazing. Love Talented Mr. Ripley.
RRR.
What?
Did you guys see this action? It's a Bollywood movie called RRR.
No.
It's so good. It's the best action movie meets musical meets dramatic love story you've ever seen in your life. I promise. It'll be your new comfort food.
I will check it out after I watch the video of you running through those fields. But thank you.
That's right. So related.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Shauna.
Hi, Sean. Shauna.
Shauna. Yeah, I bought your wife's book.
Yeah, Shauna. Yeah.
Anyway, so my question is not very chaotic, but I'm sure you
We'll make it that
turn
way.
I was about to say. So my question for you is, what is your most prized possession? I know as people get older, it changes. So mine, I'm gonna go ahead and give you that right now.
My
Mine-
most prized possession. I don't possess anything.
Like, yeah, that's a tough one, you know, because like material things. I guess that you can have prized possessions that are material, but then it's like, you know, outside of that, obviously, like my children.
I got a watch that was my grandpa's that he passed. Like it was his watch he wore before.
Is
he
it
passed.
this one?
No, it's not this one. But I have it. That's probably my most valuable materialistic thing. Other than that, I don't give a shit about anything I have.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't care about my clothes, my shoes, my house, my car. I don't give a.
Yeah, this watch I love, like material wise, it's probably one of the nicer things I own. And like I bought it in New York City, and then my daughter was a baby, and was in a stroller, and I just had this great memory of going to the jewelry district in New York City with my newborn daughter, like shopping for watches. So there's like a nice memory there too, and telling her that one day I'm going to give it to her, that sort of thing. I used to have a 1985 Mercedes SL, 380 SL, and I don't know if any car people here, but it's like the classic older Mercedes convertible. It's a two-seater, and I had this car for a while, and I just kind of got to a place in my life where I needed the money, and I needed this, more than that, I needed the space. Like I had this thing that was just taking us, you know, like had our first kid, and the second one on the way, and so I had to say goodbye to this car, and I miss that car so much, but it's like, if you know what an older Mercedes looks like that convertible, it's in a ton of movies too, because they made the model did not change for like 15 years. They just made the same one, and it's a great car. So that used to be, and now every time I see one on the road, I'm like, I want to get another one.
Get one.
One day.
We're gonna get
One day. You know, these kids, nobody told me that kids actually cost money.
What?
Yeah.
Not mine. You gotta make them work.
You better bust your hump, boy.
Give them a shovel. Build a fence. One brick at a time.
Go dig a hole.
It's like, Dad, a brick fence seems like a lot. I'm like, I don't care. You're 10. Build a brick fence. I don't know. You know, we'll just keep on talking until my voice turns out. Wait, what's your favorite possession?
So I probably should have said sentimental instead of prized.
Sentimental. My relationship with my son.
No. An actual possession. Children are, you know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Actually possess anything.
I get it. I have kids. I have grandkids. So I get it. But mine would be my mother's necklace. I
Mother's
wear it
necklace.
all the time.
Right, that's good.
I got it after she passed away. So
Right.
that's my most sentimental.
Right.
And that makes sense.
And before that, it would have been like my grandmother's ring. So just different things like that. It might not hold monetary value, but
yeah, like jewelry, watches, those kind of things.
So I'm sorry, I should have clarified
No, you're fine.
and been less chaotic and said sentimental.
We're mad at you now.
I know, I'm sorry. I bought you guys' book.
Thank you. We're happy again.
So don't be mad no more.
No, we're mad again.
Yeah, I have a few things that belong to my late father that I find sentimental. I have two beautiful boxes of ashes deep in my closet of my two dogs. And I never thought I'd be one of those people to hold on to something like that. My wife was like, you cannot have that out anywhere where I can see it. That's pretty sentimental. Like, I lost my second dog 2 days after Christmas. And any pet owners here, you know, that's the worst. I don't want to end on that note. Do we have one more question?
Ask us a question so we can say something positive and happy and uplifting. Go!
Last question. What were some TV shows or franchises that you liked as a kid and grew up with?
Dinosaurs! Not the mama.
Like when I was younger, like Saved by the Bell, that was like, watched as soon as I got home. Oh, even younger than that, Chips.
You loved it,
Dukes of Hazzard.
Magnum P.I. perhaps?
Magnum P.I. Knight Rider.
Red Shoe Diaries. Silk
Red
Smoking.
Shoe, obviously. Red Shoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is McKinney. I'm Cohen. Have a fantastic night. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, buddy.